Welcome back to Nick Landis Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 923 and Doubleshot number 817. I got 2 volumes of Harley Quinn. Yep. Starting off with volume 4. Yes, though I have reviewed the first trade of the collected issues for this particular volume. But this is, of course, of the second volume for the series, not the current volume. This, of course, is from the original writers of this particular run, the one that when the series was brought back in 2013, and these writers were on the book up until last year. They were on the book for 5 years, long time. This is, of course, the fourth trade of the collected run. This is Harley Quinn, Volume 4, Call to Arms. This one is noteworthy for the debut of Harley's Gang of Harleys. Yep, they get formed in here in just the first few issues. Yep. Yeah, in issue 1719, it's a 3-part debut of the Gang of Harleys. I own a few issues of this. This came out roughly just after the events of Convergence. Yeah, the Convergence came out. Yeah, and of course we also find out that 5 of these Harleys are minors. Yep, they lied about their age. Of course, Harley finds out about this when meeting up with their mother, who says they're actually they're actually 14. Says they told me they're 19. He's like, who meant? I thought they were 19. Who said they were 19? And they're all whistling, and then slap all 5 of them in the face for lying. And of course they go off, and these 5 Harleys are never seen again. Nope. But it's an interesting little debut. Of course, this was later lead to the miniseries Harley and their Gang of Harleys. But the last couple issues is simply put a 2-parter which Harley gets her hands on Deadshot's bounty. Of course, Deadshot himself shows up in the story, and of course, she just hangs in Hollywood for a brief period of time. Of course, they also mention what happened to the road trip one-shot, which is in here, by the way. And of course, we also have this famous image, which is basically the artist's tribute to Jack Nicholson's version of The Shining, while we've been playing the character from The Shining. The road trip issue, this of course came out the period of time when Catwoman was the crime boss of Gotham. She, along with Poison Ivy, is going on a road trip. It's a very fun issue. And of course, this is one thing I thought was quite a little odd for this particular run, where we had one-shots every few months for this book. I mean, there was a one for when she made a Comic-Con. There was an annual, a Valentine's Day special. It's like there was every few issues we had to have a one shot. There's even one shot for Future's End. Yes, that's in the second volume for the series. Yeah, but this is done by Amanda Conner and Gianni Palmiani, with art by Chad Hardin. Yeah, he does the majority of the artwork in here. But he's not the only artist here. We also get artwork by John Timms, Jed Dougherty, Brett Believes, Morat, Flavio, Pascal Coelho, Mike Morley. The cover here is done by Amanda Conner and Alex Sinclair, who's the colorist of this book. Yep. I'm going to get this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Next up, it is Volume 5, Joker's Last Laugh. Yes, this is a nod to the crossover that came out in 2000 by Chuck Dixon. And no, Joker is not scheduled to die in here, though he does make an appearance in here. Let's collect issues 22 to 25 of Harley Quinn Volume 2. This one collected at least 1721 plus the Road to Special and Sneak Preview. This one collects 20 to 25 and Harley Quinn Be Careful You Wish For. Yeah, this one deals with the character Mason. Of course, this kind of follow up what happened with this book, where she's coming home after the events of the 2-parter with Deadshot, and she also formed an agreement with the mayor, a very grudging agreement, and of course, her possible love interest, Mason, gets arrested for killing a man in a bar fight, though it's by pure accident. And she beats up the guard to break out of prison. He does get transferred to prison, but somehow the paperwork gets changed and he gets sent to Arkham Asylum for some reason. Yeah, it's never explained why. He just said he's sent to Arkham Asylum. And at the end of the issue, he meets the Joker. Yes, the Joker. And in issue 25, Harley teaming up with Poison Ivy and teaming up with her Gang of Harleys. Also, I also forgot to mention in this particular trade here, there was a character that got killed off in the first arc of the series. An old lady. She gets come back in here as a cyborg, brought back by her grandson. And of course, you have Cyborgman, who is pretty much her boyfriend. Yeah, they show up in here. Of course, she's become good friends with him. And then, of course, we have them breaking into Arkham Asylum with the gang of Harleys. And, like, pretty much almost the entire supporting cast to break out Mason. And she gets a chance to run into the Joker. Oh, and what does she do? She beats the living crap out of him. She really beats the man to death for all the bull crap he put her through. Like abusing her and the fact that he's responsible for her condition for turning out the way she is. Yeah. And of course, that when they get Arkham Asylum, they steal a boat. Which boat? It's the Bat boat. Yep, and they run into Batman in here. And like, of all boats to steal, you have to steal mine. And of course, the man's taken to witness protection. Though Mason himself is never seen again in the series. His mother apparently is some voodoo priest and very lovely woman for her age. And yeah, and of course, Harley, of course, Ivy, of course, Mason's mother kind of knows Ivy has a thing for Harley as well. And is she jealous? No, she's quite happy for her. Yeah. But this, of course, is really going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Now, overall, for this particular volume of this particular run for Harley Quinn, there's roughly about 3 more volumes left. Volumes 2, 3, and 6. I don't have those ones yet. When it comes to Harley Quinn, I do not own many trades that collect her series. Nope. I just collect the first trade that collects this volume, these 2 trades, and the first 2 trades of the current volume for the series. Though, for some reason, when Sam Humphries took over the book, this is, of course, after Frank Terry took over the book briefly, and, of course, Sam Humphries took over the book, for some reason, and they did this for Nightwing as well, they decided to relaunch the numbering of the graphic novels, which makes all goddamn sense as well. I have no idea why in the world DC did this for. It's not the first time they've done this for a particular series. They did the same thing for Batgirl, of all things, during her run, when Brandon Fletcher and Becky Cohen took over the book. Yeah, I have no idea why. I don't think that... Actually, no. As far as I can tell, the current volume of Batgirl did not relaunch the graphic novel. I appreciate when series don't relaunch it, despite the fact the series kind of does. I do not like it when the trades relaunch, because it confuses a lot of people. Like, okay, we have these issues, like, okay, this is the first volume. Why start here? Why not start issue 1? Yeah, all this does is just confuse people. But currently, as far as I can tell right now, the only trades of series that's still published right now that have launched its numbering, all because New Creation take over, this, of course, the graphic number, not the series numbering, is Harley Quinn and Nightwing. These are the only 2 I can think of that actually did that for it. As far as I can tell, I don't think any other trades have done this. Yes, I know Justice League and Superman did it, but that was because the series launched number 1. That makes sense. Relaunching the actual trades number 1, despite the fact that the ongoing series is still going strong, perfectly fine, makes no sense at all. And unlike Nightwing, which actually dropped its original supporting cast after TMC left, this book kept its supporting cast, despite the fact it changed writers like twice since Jeremy Palmer kind of left. I don't know why they left for. It's one of the most strangest things, but I'm gonna meet Frank Terry at Comic-Con because he's gonna be there this year, and I'm asking about why did they decide to leave the book after being in the book for 5 years? Yeah, it's one of the most strangest things. I don't really know why, but I'm asking that. He probably does know because he took over right after them. And, of course, he stayed in the book for briefly, and he left just due to the miniseries Old Lady Harley, which actually is a really good miniseries. I highly recommend it. Which is also the only miniseries that came out during the current volume. This run had 2 miniseries. You have, of course, they also have in this book, Power Girl shows up in here as well. Yeah, she shows up in here as well because, well, my only theory, the reason why they have Power Girl show up in this series is because Jimmy Palmiotti used to write her comic book. Yeah, that's the only reason I could think of. Yeah, because they wrote the first 12 issues of the 27 issue volume that was released from, I think it was launched in 2009 and ended in 2011. Yeah, it lasted for a couple of years. They did the first year of the book, and that's my only theory of why she was included in this book. But yeah, this book had a ton of one-shots. It's weird, though, whenever you see a series like this, and it's only 30 issues, and you release a bunch of one-shots. I know Thunderbolts has done the same thing. I know Batman's released one-shots over the years, but Not as many this one, not as frequently as this. It felt like released one time, like every like 3 months. That's what it felt like. Every like 3 to 4 months, we had to release a one shot for Harley Quinn for some strange reason. And yes, it's done by the same creative team. Yeah, but otherwise, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review if I get time to do it of the newest episode of Ace Attorney. Okay, but to you the next review. Bye.